Hey, good morning, Brew crew. It is January 8th, 2026. Happy New Year to everybody. I haven't already said that too. The first show of January of 2026. Hopefully, you guys are hearing me okay and seeing me okay. Yeah, it's been a minute, guys. I haven't done a morning show since, geez, when was my morning show? Last. It was before I went to Florida, right? So I would say probably more like I changed my calendar. I don't have my calendar, so it had to be like the 4th, maybe something like that. So of December, yeah, because I went down to see Tennessee River Reunion. Chris, it was a fun trip. Went over and saw Jim Tedesco at Millennium County. We spent a little bit of time over there. Tom Strange and things came in there. I went over some of this on my On Track Tuesday last week, but for those that didn't get to watch that, yeah, for sure, Lynn. It was, like I said, I think it was December. I know I did one on Thanksgiving, but I think I did one the following Thursday. So I think it was like the 4th or 5th. And that was it. That was the last one I did. I came back after that week. Wasn't able to do one from Chris's house. I guess I could have just went live on YouTube, I guess. But, oh well. I was on vacation. We were having fun. Came back and got sick. I had the flu for like 2.5 weeks. So I went back to work on the 15th after my vacation and that. Felt fine. And then never got back to work until the 31st. I was out for what's that, 2 weeks? Roughly 15 days. It was still kind of sick, kind of on and off. I got this stupid cough. I just can't get rid of it, man. It's not fun. Thanks, Bernard. Hi, good morning. Brad from Willow Creek, good morning. We got Andy, Hot Dog Pilot. There's James down this junction. Good morning, everybody. Ronald, good morning. Curly Express. Welcome to the Curly Express. Grandpa Rails, good morning, JD. Let's see if I missed anybody further up in there. Hey, Jason. J-Bird. How you doing, Jay? Happy New Year to you as well. Canadian Locomotive Logistics. I can never remember your name, damn it. It's not Alan, but it's, I don't know. I'm bad with names. Lynn, good morning. Ray Bertelson. No one is busy after Dave's show. Go over to my channel. I need a few more subs to reach 600. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get them up there, man. Dan Reed. Dan, I swear to God, I'm still going to get down there to that train club. Like I said, December ended up being just really a crummy month. The vacation went great. Other than that, man, I've been down the rest of the month. The holidays stunk because I was sick. The wife got sick, so it was just morning, Brad. I have a wisdom tooth to get pulled today, so I'm up early, nervous. Yeah. I've had all mine out back like when I was 18 or something, 17, before I went off to college the first time. Had it done like at American Dental Centers or one of those, it was in Sears or whatever that was, you know. And it wasn't fun. It was okay. I think they do a better job of like, I don't know if you're going under anesthesia or if they're just giving you something to relax, like some Versed or something like that. I swear to God, I felt like all they did was numb me, and I was awake the whole time. I think they might have given me like a Valium to take, a pill, prior, but it really, I feel like they were in there with a hammer. I'm not trying to make you nervous, man, but I feel like they were in there with like a hammer and chisel. The two on the bottom were like laying horizontally, and then two at the top are coming in on angles. So I got them all out at the same time, good or bad, right or wrong. I don't know. This was 1987 or something, 88. So, Bernard, a man after my own heart, making another pot of coffee. I'll probably be doing that later today. I usually go through a couple of pots with me and the wife on my days off. There's Chris, Tennessee River. Good morning, buddy. Hey, Derailed Daryl. What's up, my man? I'm sure you're working today, driving around. Yeah, it took me back up to the top. So let me roll down here. If I missed anybody or if I missed any comments, repost them. There's Georgia Sunbelt, Anthony. Good morning, Anthony. Yeah, there goes all your wisdom. Yeah. I wonder why they call them that. Never looked into it. I wonder why they call them wisdom teeth. Ray Ron, Happy New Year to you, sir. First cup of coffee in a week. I'll tell you what, I was sick because I didn't even have any coffee. The whole time I was sick, I tried a couple of days, couple of mornings to have a cup of coffee, and it just didn't taste good. It just didn't taste right. It wasn't like COVID where I had no taste or anything like that, how people get that. And I tested for COVID. It was not COVID. It came back as flu A. And it's been bad around here this year with the flu. Good thing they forced you to get that flu shot where I work, because that did absolutely nothing. Half the damn department's been out sick. Hey, good morning, Dave. Stormy sky. But yeah, so anyways, I'm feeling a lot better now. Still got a little bit of a cough, but it was to the point where I couldn't even get a sentence out. And like my ribs literally hurt from coughing. Headache and everything from coughing. First couple of days I had the chills, a little bit of a fever, so kind of more flu-like. But I never was like, throwing up or diarrhea or anything that you normally get with the flu. That's why I could have swore it would have been COVID. I felt like it was more symptomatic. But I feel I've also heard that this year it's been more like they're more similar to each other this year. Yeah, there's my daughter. Let me see. She's calling from London. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure it's not an emergency. Otherwise, I'll have to take it. I'll just get you guys on the trains roll for a minute. So let's just saw Carolina Foothills. There's Dave, Carolina Foothills. Morning, Dave. Yeah. Well, I'm sure you would know because, with Brenda being in the healthcare field as well. Jay's wife, Brenda, Royal Lady 2020. I don't know if you guys remember her or not. We don't post any train stuff at all anymore, but she's still around. My wife and her get along like two peas in a pod, man. It's almost scary. Still fighting off a sinus infection. Yeah, that's usually what I get. I get like kind of a burning sinusy kind of thing. Take a Z-Pack or whatever, some Afrin, and I'm usually good in a couple of days. This was different. It was a dry cough. I wasn't getting anything up, Okay. No, she just wanted to talk. She's on her lunch break. She's going to call me later. No big deal. She's 5 hours ahead, so we try to time it up, There's no quick phone calls with my daughter, Lynn. None. Love her to death, but once we get on the phone, her and I just get going, and it's a long phone call. I don't know. I could give you a number. You could call. She could call you, and then you could relay the message. Yeah. She's still there. I usually get one a couple times a year. I don't know what it is with my sinuses. I'll get one in the summer sometimes even. But almost every winter I'll get one for a couple days anyways. I hope you don't get what I had, Ronald. Um, it just was lingering. My doctor said that damn cough could last anywhere from a month, could be a month to 2 months. Like, oh shit, that's crazy. Hope he's wrong. Yeah, that's right. You're over that way. Yeah, sometimes she will. She has. Sometimes she'll call on her lunch break if she's at work, or a lot of times later at night she'll call on her way home. So, depending what time she works and stuff. Yeah, it's just stubborn. This year's stubborn, man. I don't want to. They make those vaccines for what they think might be the strand, but they're kind of guessing too. And then the stuff kind of mutates too. Lynn McCurdy, how many kids do you have? Curly wants to adopt one or two of them to sort of take the burden off of you. You need somebody to play trains with. Hey, how'd that work out? Did you ever make a follow-up video, Curly, on the? I always call you Curly. I know it's Dwight. I always call you by your last name. Um, yeah. I have it down here. Oh, shoot. I think it was something with an R. That's funny. So she stopped at a diner around the corner, the cafe around the corner yesterday they hadn't been to yet. And they had an American breakfast on the menu. It's the closest thing to a true American breakfast that I had since I got here. And it was so comforting. I could have cried. She's missing home. So it's got scrambled eggs, bacon, maybe that's sausage. I don't know what the hell that is. A couple hash brown patties, pancakes. Looks good. I would eat it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but no, I was loving. I gotta be honest. I loved it when I went over there. I wish we had pubs like you guys have over there. I wish we had them here. Um, I had a hell of a good time, and it wasn't because I was drinking, hooting, and hollering, but it was just a fun atmosphere. We're just sitting around bullshitting. Um, and I really enjoyed the food. Everybody talks about the food over there, but I guess maybe I'm more British than I think. And my ancestors from over that way, Ireland. Um, there's some English in the lineage. And my grandmother was maybe Welsh, partly Welsh and English. I don't know. Kind of a mutt on my dad's side. My mom's side's 100% Italian. That's where I get my good looks. Let's see. Did you watch Model Railway Quest? I do not. I have not seen it. Let's see. I'm busy on Wednesday evenings, so I do catch up. That's what I left. Last video I told you. Yeah, okay, I already read that. So your bonus son is in the UK. Playing Fortnite with him can be challenging sometimes with a 5-hour time difference. Yeah. Is that Brenda's son? Does she have a son? Like an older son? Let's see. I have 3 of my own. Wife has 2. She's a widow. 10 grandkids. Jesus. 1 great grandson. Wow. You're truly, truly blessed, Lynn. For sure, man. Someday I hope to get some grandkids. Damn it. And the channel had a $50,000 subscriber, and she wants to do an interview with me. So I'm super happy. They're based out of England. Oh, that would be awesome. Man, that would be great. Great exposure there, too, Regarding a good whiskey like Crown or Pendleton sure helps with the bug out of me. Have not tried that. Like, I never had a sore throat or anything like that. Usually you'll gargle like with salt water or something. Never had any like phlegm I was coughing up or anything. So it was, You know how that goes. I got over a cold and sound like a cat hacking up fur balls for the next 6 weeks. Oh my God. Out of the box, Q6K. Good morning. Happy New Year. Let's see if I can find you on here and I'll get you a wrench. So you can click on these other channels and be able to go check them out while you're in my streams if I can find you. I have to do it on my phone because then I can't do it here. There you are. In the box. Am I subscribed to you? I am now. Must be come on, open up. In the box. That is standard moderator. Alright, out of the box. You are what they consider a standard moderator, which allows you to click on the little three dots next to people's names while you're in my chat, and you can go over to their channels and check them out. Yeah, Bernard, I like your thinking. Yeah, them cold beans. I like beans, but I don't know that mine were cold. I feel like they were not. Maybe. I don't remember. Oh, every one of those little cameras I've ever gotten, I can never figure the damn things out. Like I have one. What the hell did I do with that camera? Chris will tell you. I was looking for railroad crossing signs that I have, and I was looking for something else. When I was doing that other, I'll show you the scene for those who didn't see it on Track Tuesday. And I couldn't find a couple of different things I was looking for. Because guardrails. I had some Rick's Products guardrails. And I know I had some. I did find them finally, but it took me forever. And they were totally in a place that I probably put them so I wouldn't forget, and then I couldn't find them. But I looked everywhere, and then I did finally find them in a really oddball place. Quite personal. That's good. Oh, that's the one for that channel. Okay. But I do have a little camera somewhere. I don't know where I put it now. Because I even remember buying the little SD card so you could plug it in the USB to read it and everything. But I never understand how those things work. I just made a video about that other video that says the comments was turned off. I didn't turn them off. I just posted the comments wrong. Yeah, because you posted one that was just for members. And I was talking about how you were going to flip your table up so you can work on wiring and everything underneath, which is a great idea. It's a really good idea. I just wondering how that all turned out. If you posted the next video, that would show that it is either working or not working. And did you get my comment, Dwight, on that bridge? You may have to gap your rails a little more. You know, with that expansion and contraction with the weather, especially since you said that room gets kind of cold. I know when I have weather changes, like especially on the old layout, because I smashed all my joints real tight, and it was like a crazy wiggle worm, man. I had to go around gapping joints and stuff. Not huge gaps, just enough, you know. That's what it looks like is happening. One of those tracks in that bridge are kind of getting wavy. To my opinion, that's what's happening. Then I would glue those down on that bridge and gap them at the ends of the bridge. Let's see. Let's talk about the flu. What did they really mandate to put in our bodies? Love healthcare. Yeah, I don't know, man. I get more and more skeptical the older I get, but not saying don't get shots. Don't take my advice. I just feel like they mandate me to get that every year as a healthcare worker, and I still get the flu every year. So I don't know. Um, let's see, my homemade sausage, egg, and cheese croissant is tasty. Oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds real good. You used to have to be there a week at a time. You missed, then you definitely missed home. Yeah, she was really well. We all were, but she was really missing it for Christmas. I'll tell you what, it was. I never thought it would bother me like it did, but it was just not the same because neither kid was home for the holidays. Then we were sick on top of it, so I mean, we did get to FaceTime with both of them at the same time on Christmas morning. So it was like I don't know 8 or 9 o'clock at night for my son, and it was afternoon for my daughter. Because he's like 14 or 15 hours ahead of us, and in South Korea. So, anyways, your middle son, okay, her middle son. Hey, Jason, morning, sir. Happy New Year. Hope all is well. Let's see what else we got here. In Massachusetts, that's me. Don't go to the hospital. There's no room. Yeah, I know we're busting at the seams, man. We're not a huge hospital. We're like a little over 500 beds, 510, somewhere in there. Trauma 2 hospital, but man, we're just always packed to the gills. It's insane. Coming up out of the box. Yeah, got mine. The subs I can get. There you go. Out of the box, you look like just what do they call that? Just like a public subscriber. Do you actually post any like videos or anything? Have any content? Because when I looked at your channel, it just had your name with subscribe on it. So I subscribed. In case you do ever post anything. I don't know if you do or not. Living in the UK, and I miss living in the US every day of my life. Were you from the US originally or no? Andy. Oh, you are a real lady. Oh, you changed your name. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Now I do. Sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. I build a custom camera car for this. See, that's what I would love to do. I would love to do a cab ride like that. I think I love watching those. Yeah, she said, I'm a little behind, shocker there, you know. Yeah, so then. I mean, it's just been crazy this flu season. And I don't know what, I don't know. We get a lot of people out. And we get a lot of people that come to work because they don't have any time left because they've used so much of it. And they get everybody else sick, and that's not fun. Baked beans and hot dogs, yummy, yeah. Basically, is what it is, but the beans are kind of cold, but they are kind of like baked beans. A little more bland than what we're used to here, I think. But I like that kind of stuff. I didn't try the blood sausage or whatever it's called. And anywhere I went, they didn't have it on the menu or available, anyways. I probably would have tried it, but we had a good time over there, man. So like I was saying, I don't like this. Not seeing my kids for the holidays. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Happy New Year, buddy. Um, so if they're still overseas, I think we're gonna have to figure out somewhere for all of us to meet up or something around the holidays. It's hard for me to get time off though. Like the last 2 weeks of the year, I blocked off. We're not allowed to take time off or like a vacation. I think you're allowed to like request one day or something. So we would have to do it either after Christmas or before those 2 weeks. Oh my God, Bernard. That's crazy. Jason did a video on cab car camera. I'll have to go watch that. Oh, you have the car. I don't know you had it. I forgot about that. Let's keep that thing. Let's get going with that. Come on, man. Let's get that thing moving. That's why everybody ships by truck. These damn trains are so slow; they don't get freight anywhere. Well, it is the cotton belt, self-explanatory there. Just kidding, Jason. He'll call me later and give me a whole explanation of how the cotton belt was more efficient than any other railroad I ever lived. And he'll tell me why. He's a font of cotton belt knowledge. You're making an update video today. I did that one the other day. Hopefully, everybody got to see it. And let me go ahead and go back over to that camera, showing my intermodal yard. Jesus Christ, Dave. My Willard CSX yard. And you can only see the back of this one. If you look at that railroad crossing, that's from Scale Signs. Thank you to my buddy Chris at Tennessee River Union. It was a little bit late. It kind of just, I'll call it a Christmas gift, but it was more like just because he said that the signs that I had there looked very generic for the scene, and he wanted me to have nicer signs. So let me see. I might be able to turn the camera a little bit. I don't mess it all up. Stand by. Okay, you can see it there. A nice little train going by the crossing. Yeah, but it's got the crossing gate or crossing on it with the stop sign and the who to call kind of stuff. And it says 3 tracks on there. So thank you, Chris. Again, I appreciate that. Never fails those safe places. I don't know what. I must have missed something. Dan, I don't know what that means. Stop taking the flu shot. I no longer get the flu. Who knew? Yeah, I can probably do like a religious or yeah, I guess I'd have to do a religious exemption. I don't really have a medical exemption. Like I'm not allergic to anything that they put in there. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a crapshoot, Manshed Railroad, how are you? Happy New Year. Let me get the super flu shot. Yeah, I got it, Jay. Sorry, I'm a little behind on the chat, but yeah. She did say, I got it. Bacon, eggs, cheese on a bagel. That sounds really good. I will. I'll do that. Yeah. We'll have to get together again pretty soon. Listen, that tuna on the bagel, yeah. I was pretty well caught up. Now I'm back behind. Tuna's for lunch. I like tuna fish, man. I eat tuna fish. Once in a while. Cat food. What did she put? Did she do like cream cheese and lox on hers? Nah, breakfast is not for dinner. I'll hold firm on that one. I had such a headache driving home last night, snowing so hard I was down into second gear on the highway. Wow. That's crazy because we had a bunch of snow after Thanksgiving and then it all melted, right? And then we had a bunch of snow New Year's Eve, man. It was really bad. Um, and now it's like going to be 50 degrees today. It was the last several days has been raining and warm, and all the snow melted. And then it's supposed to get cold again, and it's supposed to get more snow. Just, just weird how um, this winter has been so far. We've gotten hit really hard, and then it's gotten nice, you know. She over there for school. No, she is a nurse and she works for the Cleveland Clinic in London. She was working here at the clinic with me at Hillcrest in the PACU in recovery, surgical recovery. And then her and another friend that worked with me as well. They both took jobs over there, a 2-year contract over there. Um, so that's what they're doing, working in the recovery room at London, in London. That is, I didn't actually get to go inside, but I got to see it from the outside, and it's like right near Buckingham Palace. It's crazy, man. Well, brush your damn teeth. You don't have tuna breath. Okay. Yeah, well, I am behind. So you're not from the U.S., but you should have been. Now, did you live in the U.S. for a while? I keep telling my wife, Kathy, I keep telling her she should start a YouTube channel for crafting. She doesn't seem interested in it. That's all right. That's basically the same shot, just a different angle, looking at it from the other direction. So that's the biggest thing I've done recently. Like I said, for those of you that watched Soundtrack Tuesday last week, you saw this already. I did do the update video, so you saw it in that. But I'm pretty proud of it. I think it came across pretty. It came out pretty well. I know Kansas and Western was just posting about using tile grout to bury tracks. Well, that's what this crossing is made out of. It's tile grout. The road up here is drywall mud, and I did like a layer of that underneath this tile grout because it was going up over road bed and everything. So I wanted to get some of a kind of a base, and I didn't have a ton of grout. And this is a mix of like a gray color and a tan color. I kind of mixed them like half and half to get this kind of brown gray look. So it kind of looks a lot like gravel. This is sanded, so I don't know if it has more like texture to it. So maybe. Oh wow, yeah, that's rough. Yeah, we're taking overflow. We're having to board overnight in the PACU because we just can't get beds up on the floor. We don't have enough like isolation rooms between the different flus and COVID and RSV and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Anthony, if I'd like that blood pudding. Maybe that's what I was talking about. They have a sausage or something, blood sausage too, don't they? But I don't know. I didn't try it. I don't think I was anywhere that had it. Think about going on a cruise. You get to sample all sorts of foods. Yeah, that's true. Never been on one. I think someday we would like to go on one. Yeah, there is a such thing as a blood sausage. I don't know what that is exactly. I don't know if it's English or not. It might be something like German or something. I don't know. Hey, it is Ray. Good morning, Ray. Happy New Year. Yeah, it is. I haven't been on your channel in a long time either. Sorry about that. Videos using a GoPro knockoff and an iPhone 4. Oh, really? I'll have to check that out too. They got a nice layout there. And let's see, we'll go back to the classic bridge scene. Should have a train coming across it pretty soon. I might actually stop it on the bridge just to show. Finally got this locomotive done. This is, well, not the newest locomotive on the fleet, but it's my largest locomotive, I guess, on the CR&E fleet. It's an SD45. It was a lease unit that was done in gray, so I just kind of left it in gray. And just put the Crooked River and Eastern on the side. There is a herald on the nose. And I put the Operation Lifesaver stuff on it just for something a little different. I kept the original number, but I didn't feel like messing with the number board. So it's 6811. I put numbers on the side. So that's all. I'll let it run now. But yeah, I was working on that before. I think it was more in November, but then I messed up the decals for the Operation Lifesaver, and I had to order some new ones because I didn't have any to replace it. I just thought it would be something different and kind of cool and different scheme, you know. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Happy New Year, fellow locos. Typical Rock Island holding up progress due to shoddy track work. There you go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing your video with that boxcar. Digger on the cotton belt. Dave starting. Yeah. Jason knows I'm just kidding him. Honestly, I liked it. I probably would model it if I was modeling that area and that era. They had some really cool schemes and everything. I don't know anything really about the history or any details. I just, I'm like a kid when they decide which football team they like because I like the colors, stuff like that. So, look, I like model trains, man. Just watching your November update shows how far behind I am. Yeah, Jay. I mean, you do such awesome videos with your operations videos. I am so far behind on those. It's not even funny. Yeah, that locomotive, I'm looking at it now because it's coming right past my desk. That's an Athearn, like ready to roll. Like an older one, just like a step past like the blue box era. And but it was a 9-pin DCC ready. So I did the 9-pin plug-in Tsunami 2200 TSU 2200, I think, and worked out really well. Changed it over to LEDs. I only have LEDs on the nose. I didn't bother with any ditch lights or anything like that. I may add them, but you know what? It's what it is. I do what I can. Yeah, I know, especially running more modern like I do, I would need to have ditch lights. But it looks cool without them. It's a cool looking locomotive. And it was something different. I love my color scheme, without a doubt. You guys saw the RS3 that I showed off last time. And thanks, Jay. And if you're not making a lot of videos right now, allow you time to catch up. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I got a couple of those on the website. Yeah, I had already had it, or I would have bought it off of you. Was that from that big collection from your buddy? Um, but I already had it. I don't need two of them, you know. Thank you, thank you. No, I'm way behind. I need you to contact me, Bernard, for your win on Sidetrack Sunday Holiday Show. Let's go, Bernard. Claim your prize, or somebody else is going to get it. Move on to the second place winner. Yeah, it's a cool tower, Anthony, and it goes together real easy. It's not very complicated. It was from, I want to say Fowler, but I don't think it was Fowler. One of those German companies. So everything was in, I couldn't understand the directions as far as reading them, but everything's all spelled out in pictures. And it was really simple. I think I threw them out. I probably still have the box around here somewhere. I think I did throw it out. You are welcome. And yeah, those you had were pretty, they weren't that bad. They were just basic. Those were like from Tichy or someone, but they were just basic, wooden staked crossing signs. Get them, Grandpa Rails. But these look better. I agree. I'm gonna have to look at getting more from them. Never get the flu shot. That's what my doctor pushed me to do. So yeah. Yeah, unless I can get a religious exemption or something, medical exemption, I have to get it. They threaten your job with it, and I just can't afford to be without a job. I worked too long and hard to get to where I'm at my job. So I don't necessarily get the flu from it, but like my arm obviously is sore from being an intermuscular shot. I think something safe where you won't forget it when then proceed to forget. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. All the time. I was also looking for those little like parking blocks, little concrete blocks when you see in parking lots. I had some of them laying around somewhere. And I don't know. I'll find them eventually. Yeah, that's right, Grandpa Rails. That's why it's a safe place. Nobody else will find it, and neither will you. But it won't get lost. It's in a safe place. Yeah, we had some wind, man. It was Tuesday night. Holy mackerel, that wind. Been a lot of bad wind. All winter long, the wind has been bad around here. Unfortunately, it was garbage night, too, so everybody had their cans out there, and you could just hear the cans getting knocked over. They're the bigger cans, the ones that the trucks pick up with the arm and that, So they're the bigger, heavier cans. They're not just like the light plastic cans that people buy for their house. So for them to get knocked over, especially if they had it full of garbage, it's windy, man. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I put stuff where I can find it, where I'm going to remember where it's at. And like, I got to find that camera. Now that we're talking about cameras, I don't know where the hell I put that camera. It rained in Montreal. We've had some rain the last few days. Nothing real heavy, but just steady. It's kind of foggy even yesterday. It's fun when you find it. Yeah. Sometimes you forget you even have it. And you're looking for something else and you find that. You're like, oh, hey, nice. Yeah. I'm pretty fond of America. It's a huge country. There's so much I haven't seen. And I drove trucks cross country for a while. So I've been to almost all, but I think Alaska, Hawaii, and I think maybe Oregon. And then I think North Dakota was the other one. One of the Dakotas I haven't been to, but 46 of the 48 lower states, and I haven't been to Hawaii or Alaska either. Um, We're going to Home Depot soon. Nice. I always enjoy going to Home Depot. There's always something you can find. Thank you. How far behind am I? Holy shit. So that's 9:30 and it's 9:45. Jeez, Dave. Thanks. Hey, Wesley, how you doing? Sorry, I know I'm behind. I know you're shocked. She is Spig. SD40 T2 or SD45 T2. It's a tonal motor T2. SD45. According to the box, it's an SD45 tonal motor, yeah. And whether they would have run tonal motors over here, probably not. Maybe. But and I got it for a steal. My buddy Troy, who was selling off all of his HO stuff to go to N scale. I mean, the only way the deal would have been better is if you just gave it to me free. You know what I mean? So it was a very good deal. And it was another project. And, we all need more projects, of course. Why not? Yeah. Oh, I bet. And that's just your rail cars and stuff, probably. You ought to go through. Well, here's the thing: you don't know what you're going to really use. I mean, some of that stuff, I'd say sell some of that stuff off. But then when you start building a new layout, you might decide you want to use some of that. Like you might want to build 2 or 3 of those refinery kits and have a big refinery. I know you had one over there. Can I just rant a little bit on Walther's chain link fencing kit? What a pain in the ass those are to build. You arranged to give a message on the coffee cup. I sent it through your Facebook Messenger. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought they had some of the Southern Pacific scheme, the gray and red. Gray and scarlet. Yeah, scarlet and gray, baby. Scarlet and gray. Bastards. Sons of bitches. See, it was around 1974 with the Bloody Nose scheme. Get him, Grandpa Rails. See, I wouldn't say he's a buddy. A buddy of mine connected me to him when one of the other local shops turned him down because he wasn't a customer of that shop. Is this the same guy that was selling off his HO collection because he was going to a different scale or something? Or is this a different guy that you've been posting stuff for? Hey, Thomas Grassy. Come on. There you go. Happy New Year, buddy. Good morning. I know, Joe. Time flies when you're having fun, man. Happy New Year. I was just saying this is the first show of the year. First show I have done since like December 4th or something. It's been a while. First morning brew that I've done. I was thinking about going up on New Year's Day. That was a Thursday. Christmas Day was a Thursday, so that's how come I didn't do those. I had a little bit of time, but then we were having people here on New Year's Day, so I had to get things set up for that. And I was feeling a little bit better than the wife was. So I wanted to make sure I gave her as much help as possible. So, anyways, it's all good, man. That's it, Cabri. I don't know why I can't remember the name of that. But it was an easy kit to build. Um, the windows are one big piece of shaped glass. The I call them mullions that divide the windows is one piece, and the glass fits right into that. Um, the roof is one piece, two pieces, and the lower roof is one piece. Um, the walls go together really nice. The base is simple. It's one piece. It's a very simple kit. So yeah, I would recommend it. And anybody's looking for that yard tower, Jason apparently has a couple of them on his site. It's not horribly priced. I think I paid for it. I think I got mine off eBay, and I think I paid 35 or 40, and then shipping on top of that. Which I mean, these kits anymore are just stupid. You know, but I liked it. You know, I decided to go with the darker color just for something different. Um, it's kind of more of a darker brown. But then once I did the this other camera a bit better. Once I did the mortar, it's even further away. Um, it kind of gave it more of a whitewashed look to it, so it's not as dark. If you look at the windows, you can see where it's more of a solid dark brown. Little window mullions or whatever. Cut the camera a little bit. Let's see if it'll come back up. Come on. There I am. Maybe. All right, let's try this again. There you go. And then the roof, I just used some weathering powders on to kind of tone it down. But you can see where I didn't really, um, the dividers between the windows, I didn't do much with. So that's more of a dark brown. That's what all the brown was. Crooked Dave looking out on the yard there. Coffee in hand. So yeah, came out pretty good. The wall there's fencing was kind of nice too. It's just plastic fencing, but I was able to kind of paint it up to look like different stages of weathered boards and kind of Took my X-Acto and cut out some chips in it and stuff. And hey, Jim Tedesco, man, you catch him tonight, 6 p.m. And you go, Anthony. Yeah. No, I got to figure out where I want to do the trailer park. I ended up using one of those trailers as a yard office for the cement company. Actually, it looks pretty good. It was a smaller of the trailers, and it ended up looking really good as like a little yard trailer office thing. So, and where did I put the other one? Put them both together. What did I do with the other one? Oh, it's sitting over there. Yeah, and that one looks more like an actual trailer for a trailer park too. So, no, I do still plan on having a couple trailers here or there. I just haven't figured out where yet. I've been very slow to model scenes. This is the first scene I've really messed with in quite a while, probably since the farm and the like cornfield and that I did like last winter. So I've just been very. It takes me a while to get ideas flowing and how I want to approach something. When I finally do, then I go to town. You see, I mean, I think that scene looks pretty good. I don't know what you guys' opinions are on it, but I think I do decent enough work, and they came out pretty good. I did some static grass there in the yard. Uh, so I don't know, but it takes me a while to figure out what I want to do and how I want to do it. Well, maybe the last scene I did, if you look in the very top, like left corner of that screen, you can see the car shops back there. That might have been the last that I did, but that was going up to like that orange colored tree there where the curve is. That's as far as I got with that because I didn't know what I wanted to do going back this way. Yeah, yeah, I know. But I think it's important. If somebody takes the time, didn't you build three or you built two only? Maybe Wilmer will build one. We know how much he loves them. No, but I appreciate you saying that though, because I do. I think it's important. If somebody takes the time to actually write a comment or ask a question, I like to try to at least answer it or comment on it. Half the U-Haul is train stuff. Yeah. Look, I know in 2020, at the end of 2020, when I tore the old layout down and boxed everything up in like tubs and boxes and stuff, I didn't count them, but I had a ton of. I had a lot, and I put anything that I could that wasn't electronic out in the garage, like freight cars and stuff. The garage is dry; it's just cold. It's not heated. It's. And then in the house, I still had a bunch of boxes that had all my locomotives in it, and my control system, and lighting, and things of that nature. I didn't want to put them out there in the cold over the winter. That's when I find someone to resign print the fences. Somebody does like 3D printed fences. That King and W, Kansas and Western, I think his name is Alan. Uh, he had some he was showing, but they're kind of chunky. Like if you're going to put them farther away in the scene, it probably won't be too bad, but they're kind of not that realistic looking. The ones I've seen, like Woodland Scenics has some. They're not terrible, but they look fake. These at least look pretty realistic. When you use like that wetting tool as the screening, It's just, if the posts on the fencing are all plastic, the cross, like the up and down vertical posts, the horizontal line, the posts, or what do you want to call them, are metal in these kits. So you have to use CA glue. And it's just a pain in the neck, man. I get that shit everywhere. So I'd rather it all be plastic and I could use regular modeling cement. I do better with that. Then I end up getting glue all over everything. And then I'm selling his collection is way up in age and isn't building a layout. Wants to sell it off before he passes due to bad health. And then not leave it for his wife to deal with. Well, that's cool that he's doing that. That's, unfortunately something we're all going to have to cross at some point in time. That new locomotive, is that Bachman you were showing? That Shea, that is really nice. The detail on that gearing is crazy. You got your Indian Pacific 6644 just for Christmas. That's cool. You were waiting for that, weren't you? Hey, there's Pete. Sorry, buddy, I just kind of flew past you there. Good morning, good afternoon. Yeah, that was nice. Let's see. A neighbor that owns a small engineering company in Kennesaw, Georgia, may want me to do some part-time work for him. It's one area. Oh, so if you go down there, you might do some contracting work or something, consulting work. There you go. Keep you busy. Not busy, give you something to do here and there. Darkness is upon us. Yes, stupid cameras. No, pretty diligent about that. But yeah, I didn't even move. I picked it up, moved it a couple feet, set it down, and I kind of turned the camera a little bit. And I don't know what it is. If it's the lines, the video lines, or what the heck it is. It's just the same problem I've been having. It's a little bit better with the new computer, but it still does. I don't understand if it's just cheap shit that I have. Yeah, I hear you. That'd be nice. Yeah, I could 3D print those. And once I had myself scanned and everything for mini prints, I was able to buy I get the file from them, and so I'm able to print them. And it's kind of almost like my little joke to myself. If you look around the layout, you'll see a bunch of little crooked Daves. So almost kind of like I was saying in the video, kind of like a Where's Waldo? Nighttime and a power outage. Yeah, no doubt. The tower, yeah, it's a nice tower. It really is. I like that it's so open, the windows and everything. So it's like kind of more modern looking. I have a couple of like older looking towers. I figured this one being it's at like my main yard, it'd be a little more modern, and I don't know. All right, man. I know it was a while ago when you said that, but good luck at the podiatrist. Damn, it's already 10:04. Happy feet to you. Let's see. Train World also honored the pre-order price of $479 with sound and smoke. They're going for $540 now. Yeah. Well, that's the whole reason you pre-order something, right? It should guarantee you a price, even though a lot of them kind of reneged on their prices when it came to, the whole tariff situation and everything. Even though you pre-ordered it for, like even Scale Trains kind of screwed me on a couple things. Pre-ordered it for 304, and then I ended up paying like almost 330 for it when it finally came in, which I think was baloney. I'm not gonna start that rant, Jim. I'm gonna punt that rant off to you, man, because I gotta get going anyways. But have a great day. Time to go do some things for business. Yeah, can't play trains all day. I do appreciate you guys all coming in, and my goal, haha, is to at least get an update video done. I'd like to do it once a month. I'd like to at least do once a quarter, at the very least, every couple months. Being wintertime, I'd like to think I'd be doing more work on the layout, so I have more to show. A lot of times I won't post anything because I do the morning show once a week, and then I do On Track Tuesday once a month. So you guys do get updates from me in that regards. But I know a lot of guys do like to see. I know Dan has asked me to do a layout, like overview kind of thing. But show the layout. I haven't done that, and I did one maybe a year to 2 years ago, year and a half ago, where I took the train and ran it all around the layout, up the climb, around the second level. That's before I had a lot going on the second level. I only had the one line running at that time. So it might not be something, a bad idea to do. So just an updated, hey, there's Troy. What's going on, Troy? Hopefully I'll be getting that package from you here another day or two. Never did get a tracking number, so I don't know when that's coming. Well, yeah, Dan Reed has asked me to do that, so I might give that a go. But I would like to do an update every month, especially in the winter months. It's just if I don't have anything new to show, a lot of times I feel like there's nothing to show. I don't really want to make a video just to make a video. I guess I could, but nothing really to show, nothing to say. And I run my mouth every Thursday morning, just about every Thursday morning with you. Try to show you new things and things that I'm working on and stuff. So, yeah, you guys tell me what you think. I don't know. Really put my fences and wedding material from the chain link, and it looks fine to me. Huh. Do me a favor, send that link to Jim. If you don't mind sharing the file, because I would try it. Now I've also, like, behind me at the Candy Mally's Chocolates, I did some wire fencing, like chicken wire, but they were squares. They were like 1/4 inch squares, and I was able to cut those. I think it came out pretty nice. And it was really easy to work with because once you cut it down to size, I think it was 2 squares high. And look. Yeah. With 2 squares high, puts it at, I can't bring it over here to show you. Where's my other over? Puts it at right around 7 to 8 scale feet tall, which for a business fence is fine. For around an industry. It wouldn't be a 6-foot fence, it would be 7, 8 feet. Anyways. And so I went 2 squares high and I just cut out the middle. Like I do one, cut the middle, and I have one post. And so the posts end up being, let me go measure that. So it's about 8 feet high by almost 8 feet between posts. So it works out pretty good. I got a whole big roll of it. The roll's about like that big around from Home Depot. And it's so much easier to work with. And I bought a roll of that wedding tool. It's about like that tall. And, that's the worst part is trying to cut that stuff and keep it straight. Yeah, I know, we're way behind here. I'm still talking about fence posts. That bacon goes with almost anything, man. Thank you. possible, though, Dave. All right, Ray, you're already gone, but no, I didn't get it yesterday. Hopefully, I'll get it today, Troy. I don't know what. You never sent me a tracking number, so I don't know when it's supposed to get here. They show the details better. Well, that's true. When I do a video, I can get in closer because I'll use my phone than when I use these webcams. So, I mean, that's a good point. Take care, Dave. All right, that's fine. Once a week video. Well, I do. I do this. I could do one, I guess. I don't know. I should. All right, take care, Dan. And that's kind of what I think, the way I think too. But I think I don't know. A lot of people don't like watching lives. Like I don't like watching a live after it's been live. It's not as fun because you're not able to like participate. So that's why I think it's still kind of important to do the layout updates. I just get lazy about it. And like I said, if I'm not really doing anything, um, you know, yeah, yeah, you guys do awesome work. Yeah, Thomas, if you don't mind, because Jim, he converts everything for me because I'm a moron, man, when it comes to this 3D stuff. I got to learn it better. Um, he converts it over for that Creality one. I don't know if you print it on a resin. Are you printing on a resin printer for those fence posts, or what are you printing on? Or can it be printed on? You print it on a resin printer, do you think, Thomas? Hey, Tammy and Ray, how are you? Let's see. Note on that. Note, I want to thank you for your live streams. Very informative, very relaxing and personal, and you got to love them. Well, I appreciate that. I enjoy doing them. If you're talking to me, that is. I enjoy doing them. I'm glad you guys enjoy them. Um, I think it just gives us a way to connect with each other. And I don't know. I look forward to it. You know, I like to kind of keep it as close to an hour as possible, just because then you can go on and on and on and on. You know, and I have in the past, but you know, everybody's got lives, so to spend an hour hanging out is fair. It's not too much to ask. Like going to church once a week, you know, you go there an hour and do your thing, and then that's that. You go home and do your thing, and you know, the 5 minute video doesn't matter if you're doing anything or not. Stop being lazy. Talking to me? Does that track work in electronics? Or are you talking to Jason? The Brinkley's all done and programmed. I am hoping to start recording ops videos again, starting with the traveling box. Oh, that'd be cool. You still have a lot of bench work to build, don't you? Do you have a lower level to build still? When you, yeah. Yeah, but I enjoy your videos, Joe. You always seem to find something interesting to show, whether it be an unboxing of not an unboxing, but like a mail call, like you did the other day with those cabooses. That's a cool caboose, that B&O one. I've never seen one like that. It looks like a rounded top like that. But I always find your stuff interesting, whether you're building something for Jack or whatever. I don't know. I don't know why. I enjoy watching your videos. If I printed them on my Viper when I had that printer, okay. You think a resin printer would work for it, or no? Maybe I'd have to do some modifying for it. I'd be willing to try. I mean, it's just something. I mean, I have a kit and a half left. I have a whole kit I never opened for that fencing from Walters, and I have a kit that I opened to do the fence I just did over on the CSX yard. I think I got them from Anthony because Anthony's like, these are a pain in the ass. I'm not building these anymore. So he made me an offer I couldn't refuse, so I picked them up. I think it was a 2-for-1 deal. And now I'm like, damn, this is a pain. So I need an update every month, even if I haven't achieved much. Yeah, it's a good point, Brad. I probably should just to, I don't know if I want to say stay relevant, but just to keep you up to date of what's happening. If nothing is happening, then you know nothing's happening. But I get a lot of guys, like even with the live stream, that don't realize like the size of the room and everything, and the size of the layout. You only really see behind me or little snippets when I have the camera on a certain scene. So hey Dave, when did you get in here? Did I miss you before? Sorry. I've been here the whole time. I never said hi. Tip of the hat for you, Tammy. I saw Artie was at Anthony Dodge's house doing his Saturday show. I didn't know he was in the country. I thought we closed the border to all them degenerates. I love that guy. He's funny, man. Especially you get him in person. Oh my god. Side. Well, once you're around him long enough to understand him, you bust your side out laughing. Repair part of the staging yard ladder and lower level. Yeah. Yeah, but you've had a lot happen at your house with the septic issue, with the tree falling on stuff, and a lot of stuff going on. And you kind of got more important things going on than the trains. I know. Sorry. Shame on me for saying that, but unfortunately, life gets in the way of that stuff. You know what I mean? Don't get like that. Church is an hour. You know, haven't got the bottle to go live. You know, it's gotten, whether you feel it or notice it or not, it's gotten a little easier for me as time has gone on. When I first started doing On Track Tuesday, I've been doing that, I don't know, 6 years or something now. Man, I was so nervous at first because you just don't know if you're going to have enough to say. Are you going to stumble over your words? Are you just going to use that and that's the thing, you kind of use your own bloopers, if you will, of yourself to kind of make content out of that or conversation out of that, I guess. It gets easier. I mean, like Dwight's every Sunday doing his live show. He's been doing that for quite a while now, but it does come out nice. Okay. And I know in the beginning with him, it was, it always starts out a little rough, and then you kind of build from that. I don't want to say rough, Dwight, but I mean, you've definitely gotten more comfortable. You gotten more of a flow of things, and do a nice job. And you got the what's on the bench Tuesday. I think it's Tuesdays. Yeah, you do that. Let's see. James Steve would have had it if he didn't end up getting sick. I was supposed to give it to him at Roberts. Oh, the boxcar, the traveling boxcar. Yeah. Did you guys do any filming on that? I know you did the one time when you were down there. I got to get over there. One of these days, I'm going to get down there. to Roberts and to your house, or maybe to JD's house. Even if I get down that way, I want to have like a meet and greet down there in Texas or whatever, and meet Steve and you, Jason, and I've met Robert, but I want to get to Roberts again. I've met John, Grandpa Rails, but I want to see him again. Maybe see his new layout. Who knows when that'll happen, but it is definitely on my list of things that I'd like to do. A bottle of booze. They will print just fine on resin. I like the filament better. Then I can bend them around a curved section or something like that. Resin can snap. Yeah. I've been thinking about maybe looking at a filament type printer. Something like the one you have, but that one's really expensive. That I don't know what the hell the name of it is. Why I want to call it a Panda or something. Well, that's true. But I've been really lazy. I mean, I could at least do some basic scenery. But then my mind goes to, why do I want to do basic scenery when I don't know what I'm really going to do here? And then I waste that material, which whatever, right? It's not that crazy expensive. But then I got to take the time to tear the scenery out and then redo it. So it's like a waste of time and it's a waste of money. So then until I get an idea, things just kind of sit. Like this area behind me, you see like where Mally's Chocolates is, and then I keep going the wrong way. Like just those buildings over my shoulder there. None of that is like where it's going to be. I don't know what that's going to be over there. I was originally going to do like a road. I don't know. I'm kind of coming out of that area with the bridge scene. So I was kind of maybe going to do something more maybe residential, or I don't know what the hell I'm going to do over there. And that's the problem. I end up doing nothing then because I can't get the ideas to flow. So back at your house tomorrow until February 6th. Did he start out at your house, Tammy? Oh, God. What a pain in the ass. Oh, man, I'm sorry you're going through that. That is a pain. You have to most likely break up the concrete, right? To replace those lines, or can they feed sleeves through the lines that are there? I guess it would depend, excuse me, if they're collapsed or not. Oh, God, what a pain in the ass. All right, Anthony, take care. Yeah, I'm sorry you're going through all that. No, I will not, but thanks for the offer. I'll stick with my Catholic Mass and be done in an hour. And I'm happy with that. That's when I decide to go. My wife is pretty faithful about it going every week. Myself, not really. Never been much of a church guy. I believe I'm definitely a Christian, Catholic, but I don't spend a lot of time in physical church. The house was built in '81. Cast iron pipes are collapsing. Oh, God. Now, what do they replace those with? PVC? $126. You're an old pro at it now, man. I'll have to go check that out. What is that? Just like what the plans are for 26? That's a good idea, actually. Usually, I kind of do like an end of the year update, but like I said, I was sick, like basically most of the month of December, and I couldn't even talk without coughing. So it's going to be really hard to do any kind of videoing. I guess I could have made a video and then dubbed over it or whatever, But I'm going to do a meet up either at my place or Roberts in April. Okay. I got to build my PTO back up. I ended up having to use a lot of my PTO. Well, I got damn near nothing left after being out. Either that or not get paid. And kind of like to get paid. Orangeburg. Talking about the clay pipe. Like filament better. Well, I wanted the resin because I got a really good price. I think I paid $100 for that Reality One. And it's been fine. It's really been good. Um, because I was always told that it's better for detail, like small detail parts, and that's really what I wanted it for. Crooked Dave, printing Crooked Daves and people, and small things like dumpsters and trash cans and all those little things. Porta johns and shit like that. That oh yeah, that's I don't know where the hell I got panda from. Jesus, Dave. I'm thinking of bamboo and panda. China, they have a lot of bamboo. Anyways, bamboo lab not available. Printers are great for bigger prints. Resin's better for the smaller, more detailed. Yeah, we have printers at work that I use when needed. There you go. One of these days, I'll actually learn how to, actually upload stuff myself and create things and such. Jim's been a big help. He tries to teach me, but I don't retain it for some stupid reason. I don't know why. I don't do it enough. Like I will understand at the moment, but then I come back to it a week or so later, I forget. So let's go airplanes yet. See, both bathrooms are getting the jackhammer. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. You should have built up a train fund before you retired. This way, you had a separate fund just for your trains. Yeah, good for you. It's good. It's good. Believe me, I don't knock anybody for it. I just don't go like I should, and that's on me. There's a 40 PVC. Okay, that should get you. It should be. Never have to touch that again. That's 6 2x2s for the layout the other day. Okay. So, talking about Jason's shitty prom. No time is a good time for non-working sewers unless you're with the bears in the woods. Yeah. Yeah, boy. I don't know. I'm assuming these are cast iron here. Yeah. The new sewer lines with a whole new sewer system since the septic tank and field lines were replaced last year. Yeah. I remember that problem. I didn't know you were having this other problem. But people are 3D printing buildings now. Yeah. I know DIY and Digital, Jimmy, he's been doing a lot of buildings and stuff. Yeah. The nice thing about that stuff, though, is like you're not paying. Well, I don't think you are. You're not paying for if you have a well and you have septic. Yeah, you're paying for your stuff, though. You're not paying to the city, the county, the state for the whole community's sewers. And like my water is tied into my sewers, so if I'm running the hose outside, watering the grass, I'm still paying for sewer that's not going into the sewer. And they used to give you a little discount in the summer because of people watering the grass, washing cars and things like that. But they don't, at least here, they don't do that anymore. Well, you can't find them? No. Dwight, the bamboo lamb. They just out of stock on them? The soap that causes the rust process. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Check that guy out. What does he do? He's putting out all kinds of drawers and stuff. Drawer separators. That's pretty cool. Well, U.S. stuff. They'll probably be coming back in stock at some point. Depends when you're ready for them. I don't know. All right, guys, it's 10:30. That's enough of me for one day. Maybe I'll catch you later tonight on Jim's channel, 6 p.m. Short line Thursday. Feeling Jason, I've designed all my septics, went overboard on all of them. 1,500 gallon concrete, 300-foot leach lines, everything in ground is nailed in cement, except perf. New wells on them all too. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, Pete, I'm calling it too, buddy. Happy New Year. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it, guys. We'll see. Hopefully, I'll put something out again real soon, video wise. I'll see you around the other chats. Thanks for popping in. I'll catch you next Thursday, 9 a.m. And until then, have a great weekend. Stay safe. And talk to you guys next time. So, bye for now. What do I want to do? Let's do this real quick. Just because I can, we will give this a second. I'll let this run out. And then I'll shut her down. Choo-choo. And Joe, bringing up the rear, will be the Black Rock Central covered hopper. One of my favorite ones that I like to run. Right there. All right, guys. Now I'm going to end it. So we will talk to you guys next time. Nice. Go in peace. Definitely go in peace. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.